Isaac. We found the Quanza forever. Oh, I'm alright. After all, I'm just a kid. But everyone else is depressed. We found the ship for almost a month. And before that, we left Belgium to escape the Germans and the war, just to get to Lisbon and board this tin can. You see, things are very tough for Jews like us. A few weeks ago, we landed in New York City. It was so big and bright, just like in the movies. I even saw a Statue of Liberty. A few lucky passengers got off, but over 100 of us couldn't. Mama stood at the porthole while relatives stood on the rain-soaked pier. They got so close to each other that the relatives even leaned against the side of the boat to tell us that the United States government was doing everything they could to allow us into this land of the free. Unfortunately, they didn't. So we sailed for another few weeks until we got to Veracruz, Mexico. It was so hot. I found a letter that Mama wrote to her cousin in America. I know I should have read it, but I couldn't help it. Dear Golda, with a broken heart, I write you this letter. We experienced a misfortune that is difficult to write about. It's hard to be sure what or who is to blame. They began to let people disembark the Quanza in Veracruz, and everything seemed to be going well. When the number reached around 36 people, something suddenly went wrong, and they stopped permitting people to leave the ship. Thus, we are among over 80 who remain. And now it turns out we have to go back to hell. It is terribly painful. We are very desperate. There was a momentary ray of light, and then everything turned dark again. Now we have a new trouble. We don't have enough fuel to get back to Lisbon, so we are headed to Virginia in America without an entry visa. I'm worried that the Rands have hired. I've heard that the Rands have hired the best lawyer, Mr. Moritz, but all hope seems to be lost. I don't want to lose my courage in my way. I don't want to give up. Yours, Tilly. Captain Harvard says they'll reach Virginia in about a week. After that, though, who knows? Captain Alberto Harvard's at your service. I'm a very experienced captain on this steamship, taking these poor people across the Atlantic. When we had left from Lisbon, we had over 300 people. Now, we only have 86. I tried to get these refugees off in New York, but they didn't have the proper papers. I tried Veracruz, but they didn't have the necessary visas. Is it my responsibility to work extra hard to help such a few people? Don't they know a war is going on? That man Moritz has no business keeping us in America longer than it takes to refuel. Your Honor, my name is Mr. Jacob Moritz. I've been hired by the Rand family aboard the Quanza. I'm charging the steamship line for breach of contract because they did not fulfill their responsibility to safely carry these passengers across the Atlantic. Now, Captain Harvard did not do this, but he did do something though. Oh yes, he did charge an exorbitant amount because he knew it was a matter of life and death though. Oh yes, he did ask for Mexican guards on ship to keep them under control. Why, Mr. Captain Harvard's had desperate refugees from over 10 countries on ship, and he wanted to throw them back to Europe, where they have no rights. 2 nights ago, a 25-year-old refugee named Mr. Wolf slid down a rope at 3 a.m. and swam an entire mile into Norfolk. When he was caught by the police, he was dried off and then returned to the Quanza. Your Honor, I am not here just because I have been hired as a lawyer. I am here because it is my responsibility as an American to to see that these passengers safely reach the United States. And I hope the government will see it as their responsibility as well. Sincerely, Breckenridge Arm, head of the Visa Division at the State Department. That lawyer's stirring up the press. He says the refugees have troubles. We all have troubles. I have many reasons why I cannot allow these refugees to enter the United States. There's a depression here, and we cannot allow these refugees to enter and take jobs from real American citizens. And we don't want to get involved in that European war. That's none of our business. Let other countries take them in. After all, I think it's a violation of the law. That's not proper. That I will have no responsibility for it. That is why I've sent this telegram to our people in Europe. We can delay and effectively stop the number of immigrants into the United States. We can do this by simply putting every obstacle in the way, which would postpone and postpone and postpone the granting of visas. Sincerely, Breckenridge Hall. I will advise President Roosevelt of these reasons. Yes, Eleanor. No, Eleanor. I know about the reporters, Eleanor. All right, then. Goodbye. My wife is certainly the biggest advocate for people born Quanza, especially considering what awaits them in Europe. Citizenship rights lost, property seized, concentration camps filled. She told me, I can scarcely believe that such things could occur in a 20th century civilization. Sounds familiar. I hate when she quotes my own speeches back to me. She's right, you know. It is my responsibility to do something. That is why I decided to use my emergency visa program to allow those families to disembark in Norfolk. The voters won't like it, and Mr. Long won't like it, of course. But I feel that I have a responsibility to have these people to enter the safety in the United States of all nations on earth. I can only wonder if we as Americans know our responsibility to allow these people to protect the rights of the people still trapped over